Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I'm making unnecessary noise in the background. Sorry about that. Dax, I think, is sleeping. He has a job and shit, so he has to keep like a regular schedule where being crippled and shit, I just sit here all day. So I decided, hey, let's go talk to you guys. No, actually, the truth is, I was going to do this earlier, but I just couldn't. I had to wait for pills to kick in. Not the kind of pills that like rock stars and shit get to take to make them able to go perform, but everybody has their thing. Anyway, I hope everybody's well. Happy Boxing Day back to you, Moonshock. I don't know what the fuck Boxing Day is. People tried to explain it to us the other day, and I think it's just my American brain. My American brain was like, fuck that. I don't need to know what Boxing Day is. To me, this is the day after Christmas, which used to be a horrific thing for me when I worked at a retail store, because this is the day everybody and their brother comes to the store to bitch at you because their family didn't get them what they wanted. And most people are really cool about it, and they're like, yeah, they exchange, no big deal, or credit, or even money back depending on the situation. But every once in a while, you had that one bitch, and it was always a chick. I don't know why. I'm not saying that it's a female trait. I'm just saying that over 10 years, it was always that same bitch. It was always a woman. And it's like, look, I understand coming in and exchanging things as a bitch, but you don't have to do it the day after Christmas. And you probably shouldn't, because it's a really, really busy day. Costin says, Boxing Day is a day off for people with office jobs and union jobs. I get that, but what the fuck is it? Duck Dog says Boxing Day is when you give Christmas boxes, presents to the servants. So it's like poor people Christmas. White Queen says, I was not feeling Christmas this year for some reason. I'm glad it's over. I love Christmas, and I hate when we have a good holiday season like we had this time. It was very nice around my house, and how holidays should be. They're not always like this, for whatever reason, people aren't feeling it just right. But I like when you have that good Christmas feeling, and then I hate the day after when it just seems to like suddenly stop and the world goes back to the shithole it was. Moonshine says, yes, this is after Christmas special season. People are like zombie hordes looking for fresh brains. Yeah. Don't go into retail stores today unless you absolutely have to. Michael, thank you so much. Boxing Day, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is a day on which male postal workers would get a gift box as a thank you for the hard work through the year. Well, why? Why would you do it the day after Christmas? I guess maybe it extends it. I don't know. Nut says she didn't get her servants anything. Me neither. I wish I had some servants, little midget ones that would run around and tickle my balls between unfortunate things going on in my life. I think it would just be nice to have somebody randomly come up and tickle my balls. Pat says, dodge the retail stores today. Look, there are some great sales, awesome sales. Just don't go do your returns today, because it's going to be horrible. Wait till tomorrow or the next day. It thins out unless you absolutely need to get that whatever it is replaced. Just hang out. And I do hope everybody had a great Christmas. Mine was very, very good. I got lots of new games for my PlayStation, which I'm a computer gamer, and you guys should see me try to play console games. I was great at Red Dead Redemption because I play GTA on my computer using a gamepad. But when it comes to things like Spider-Man, which I've been playing, I feel retarded. It'll tell me like press O, and I'm like, which one's the fucking O? If I'm playing a computer game and it says press F, I know where F is. I move my index finger over one slot. That's easy. Hit the O button. My brain is having trouble processing that. It's not been good. P-Dog, you still around, man? Where you at? And Pat, are you working or you got the day off today, man? I've seen a couple of things. Cypher says, I tried to play Raft this morning. My Raft sunk. Raft takes a couple of minutes to get used to if this is your first time playing. Once you get it, it's not that bad. The hardest part of it is just keeping that shark off you and making sure you got water and food all the time. But it gets easier. It does. Our first Raft was fucking horrible. But after that, we built a good one. We haven't played since the last two updates, but they're now saying officially that the fundraiser for the homeless man was a scam. We knew that. We had a good hunch. Now GoFundMe has refunded the money. GoFundMe has made refunds to thousands of people who donated to a feel-good story that police say turned out to be an elaborate scam. This is that Jersey couple. They raised $400,000 for that dude. P-Dog, you want to come hang out? Go Throbble, what you doing? Scribbles, how you doing today, man? I hope the rest of your Christmas was great. We had a fun Christmas stream on Lords of the Night last night. If you guys didn't read, if you read it, you're doing it wrong. If you guys didn't watch that episode, you should go back. It's over on Scribbles' channel. It's great. It was just a lot of fun. Aethertoe says, try using a PS4 controller with a computer game design using Xbox commands with a quick time event. I think we had that problem. Satsu had that problem when we were doing not Living Daylight. What the fuck is the name of that? Dying Light. Because for some reason, well, we know why. Computers are all basically designed to work with Microsoft shit now. Hang on, I'm trying to remember what I was doing. I hate when that happens. My brain does not work like it's supposed to most of the time. Which I hope is what you guys tune in for, because that's what I do. Anyway, back to this. I guess it's official now that fundraiser was a scam. These were the people. The lady said that she had run out of gas, and this homeless man gave him. This whole story doesn't make sense from the beginning. This homeless man gave her his last $20 so she could go get some gas for her car. The fuck is a homeless man doing running around? Scribbles, why are you fucking with me? Anyway, homeless man running around with $20 in his pocket, and he gives it to this well-off looking bitch so she can go get gas for her car. And the well-off bitch went home and told her husband or her boyfriend, I don't think they're actually married. I can't remember. Anyway, they set up a GoFundMe for this guy, and they raised $400,000, guys. And everything was good until, 6 months ago, when the homeless guy was like, excuse me, these people are not giving me my money. They're not giving me my money. And the couple was like, we gave him some of the money. But it turns out the entire thing was a scam. And I'm shocked. I really am. I'm shocked that the homeless guy that had $20 in his pocket for the rich bitch to go get gas, who, by the way, didn't have any money on her, that it was all a scam. Yeah. But they'll be going to jail. Good luck in prison, guys. At least the homeless guy won't be homeless anymore. P-Dog, how you doing, bud?
Hello, monkey. I am fabulous, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell. Okay, I'm good. Hey, no, I had a fabulous couple of days for Christmas, and I'm rested, and I have the day off today, so I'm glad to be here.
Did you get stuff you wanted for Christmas, and how was your gift giving? Did people like what they got?
I'm one of the I'm happy with whatever I got, but I did some great stuff, and the kids loved their stuff they got. My son didn't get to spend Christmas Eve with us like he usually does. What we usually do is we have people over Christmas Eve, family, and then Christmas Day used to be a travel day because we used to drive to see my family in Omaha. Mm-hmm. But no, we had a great time. My wife put out this ridiculous hors d'oeuvre table, and I always do a big pot of homemade chili on Christmas Eve, and we had a great time. Then we watched Christmas Vacation, and that's the end of the night. So
I love Christmas Vacation. Such a good movie.
And then on Christmas Day, we eat leftovers. My wife and I just sat around eating leftovers, and we watched two of the Die Hard movies. Then we kind of pooped out after the second one, but
well,
so
after that,
going.
The third one is okay, but after 3, definitely there's no reason to watch anymore. Somebody wants to know what you think of what Lawyer Dog thinks of the scam story.
Can I swear?
Of course you can swear. This fucking place is where this is an open forum.
I know, but I'm kind of one of those clean cut kind of guys. But anyway, fuck those people. God damn, that's just terrible. It's just
seriously, the whole $20 thing never set right with me. If they'd said like his last $5, I mean, okay, but the homeless man running around with $20 in his pocket, that just seemed weird to me from the beginning.
Well, yeah. If he's out begging, are people giving him 20? I mean, maybe someone's giving 20, but if it's his last 20, no. He doesn't. The last thing in the homeless person's pocket's not going to be a 20.
What kind of bitch takes his whole 20? She didn't need $20 to get home. She could have just got $10 worth of gas. You know what I mean?
Unless she lived 400 miles or 100 miles away.
Veror, God damn you! See, LOL monkey avoids attempting to say my name. Your name is the one that fucks me up all the time. I've probably said it correctly once, but I fuck it up all the time. So I apologize for not even saying it that time. Veror of Ashmedai. I'm sure I got the last part right.
Is it Verior?
I don't even try anymore.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's perfect.
Vierior. Vieriola. How you like that?
Ding.
Apparently SDA is streaming right now. She's streaming about Sargon being smeared by the New York Times. Yeah, did you see that story? They put out a story that Patreon kicked off anti-feminist people.
Oh, yes, the stories get worse and worse the way they tell them. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, one time, it gives me the pronunciation. I'm going to forget that. I am. Why do you do this to me?
Oh,
anyhow,
that's like. Well, I was going to say like.
No, that's Vieriola. Anyway, yeah, back to the New York Times piece. Yeah, it was. I want to get the exact name because it's fucking stupid. I don't have a New York Times subscription, and I'm fairly certain that I've already seen my 3 articles for the month. Yeah, it's Patreon bars anti-feminists for racist speech inciting revolt.
They got the story completely wrong, first of all, which is no surprise.
No
surprise. I know. It's
I did see Tim Pool said that he actually liked the story. There were a couple of bad parts to it. Let me just pull up old Timmy's tweet from this morning because I was like, "Are you kidding?" He was talking with Dave Rubin about it. I want to talk with Dave Rubin. Dave, why don't you talk to me? Is it because I say fuck too much?
I that might be it. I don't think you'll talk to me anymore now either. Now that I've been on your show saying that word.
Yeah,
Or it could be that I only have 170 subs between my 2 channels. That might be it too.
Here's what he said. He said, I actually think the piece is good. I think there are inaccuracies for sure, but that's to be expected to an extent. In a fucking news article, you expect inaccuracies. What the fuck is going on in this world?
Fake news, brother. Fake news.
Anyway, he goes, this piece shows that Patreon is lying as well. New York Times states Sargon said the slur on YouTube. Hart's statement is misleading and contradicts New York Times reporting. He did say it on YouTube. He just didn't say it on his YouTube.
And again, I don't think they really mention the fact that, I mean, there's a lot to this story because he didn't say it on Patreon. And the biggest problem with this is not only do the Patreon rules specifically state what you do on Patreon, also Jack, what's his face?
Conti.
Jack Conti. Several times on different venues have said, yeah, it's what you do on Patreon, except of course what he did with Lauren Southern had nothing to do with Patreon. And it has even then, it's what you're sponsoring. He wasn't sponsoring something on someone else's channel. It was a obscure podcast from someone else's channel with 4,000 subs that somebody had to have sent them. They didn't go searching to see what he's doing on other channels. So it's a load of crap. And I don't necessarily, I don't agree with what he was saying, but I get what his point was when he was trying to razz those people. And I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think. It's not on his channel. It's not on Patreon. It has nothing to do with his channels. They just went, they're digging. If I go take a shit and I say, I say, fuck, because I'm taking a shit that won't come out too fast because I'm constipated.
That is a weird way to go with that conversation.
Are they going to follow me in the toilet and go, oh, you said a bad word in here. We're taking away your Patreon.
Ragnar, thank you. Copy the URL and open it in an incognito window. Passes most news sites. Pay to see more bullshit because it doesn't put cookies in your browser to trigger it. I'm actually thinking of just subscribing to them, to the New York Times, because we do cover a lot of their articles, and you can get it like $1 a month for the first like 3 months, and then I'll just cancel, depending on what the actual rate is. But we'll see.
Yeah, I sorry, I took that a weird way, didn't I?
You did, but that's okay. It was weird because they said with Sargon, they were applying real quick. Happy or good afternoon to everybody who's here who's been saying that. I see you there and I appreciate it. Love you all. Thanks for stopping by. But they said because he goes on a lot of different shows, they're counting that as kind of his kind of content.
Well, they call it a collaboration, and
it's fucking retarded.
Yeah. He's not. Patreon's not sponsoring him being a guest somewhere else, and it doesn't.
No,
they're just kind of giving him the Kevin Hart treatment.
But Tim Pool's statement there, I think there are inaccuracies for sure, but that's to be expected to an extent.
No.
This is you're talking about the news here. You're not talking about gossip. This is the New York fucking Times. It's not okay for news stories to get shit wrong. It's just not. And that when I read that line from him, like you've got to be shitting. You can't honestly believe that. You can't. Oh, well, it's to be expected. They're going to get shit wrong. No.
And I think it's amazing. They quote this Jacqueline Hart. That's the same woman that Matt Christensen had the exchange with.
Yeah, she's the one that wrote the Patreon, their original excuse for why they got rid of Sargon.
Yeah, and she's twisting herself into knots, finding ways to justify it. And I thought Matt's takedown of that was pretty perfect.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Matt Christensen's video on that, you should if you're interested in the Patreon thing, because it was just like there's that bitch said what the explanation she gives. She goes she actually said it's also a pattern of behavior. And Captain Bramble says he's stopping in from work to say hello and hitting the like button for my fragile ego. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Not only does it help in the algorithm, it makes me feel better about myself. But Miss Hart, what's her first name?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, thank you. Jacqueline Hart. She actually went all the way back and said that Sargon had encouraged his people to go harass Anita Sarkeesian at VidCon because he had people, go there and sit quietly and listen to what was being said. See you later, New Fate. Got some burritos. Enjoy them. I like burritos. I had a little butt actually made me what was actually a soft taco, which would be considered a burrito in the Mexican world, Mexico. She made it for me the other day. I wasn't feeling well. As I've mentioned many times, we had tacos for our Christmas, and she actually put it all together for me. I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. She's like, what do you want, Grandpa? And then she put it. I'm like, oh. Carly do Jack to it.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, little kids bringing you food is always so cute.
Well, she insists when we have when we eat, I have to sit right next to her every time. We've shared food pretty much since she could eat food. She's ate off my plate, or we make a plate together, and we have breakfast together. And yeah, so I'm her food buddy. And so sitting next to her, and I was in a bad way, man. And she did it all for me because she's a sweetheart. But Scrappy says Carl didn't do jack to Anita. He didn't. And for Miss Hart to bring that up as a pattern of behavior, like wait. His pattern of behavior is that he asked people to come hang out with him and sit quietly and listen to a panel discussion. Right. What a dickhead! How dare he? How dare you, sir? Thank you so much, James Woodwright, over on the Streamlabs. Here's hoping 2019 won't be as awful as 2018, but we all know it will be one step closer to the end of the world. Well, technically, you're right. I did see the Krasensteins. I think it was Brian. Which one looks retarded in his picture? I think it's Brian, because Ed has the glasses on. He's trying to look cool. Yeah, Brian's like, well, in a few days, the Congress will be run by Democrats, and if Trump thinks it's bad now, wait till all the subpoenas start flowing. Like, bitch, that is not how you're supposed to pick your government. Let's bring people in who are just going to subpoena the fuck out of people. How about passing laws and getting shit done? Zero says eating off a guy's plate, classic girl move. Look, she is my little sweetheart. She is real girly too, man. She will not. This child does not like to wear pants and a shirt. She has to be in a dress. She loves her dresses. Zero says what subpoenas? The Democrats are going to subpoena all kinds of shit, including the results of the Mueller investigation if they are not made public. And they've actually already said that. John M., thank you so much. Insert cryptic joke here. I got to get my soundboard. Did you watch Lords of the Night last night?
I caught the end of it. I was trying to watch it while I was watching Die Hard too, and so I caught bits and pieces.
I don't blame anybody who didn't see it, but it was such a fun show, and we had Tailed on, and every cryptic joke he would play his guitar and
oh yeah, that was
something silly after. It was great.
That was funny.
Stargazer says they can't do that now. They can try to, but it typically has to go through the head of a committee, and they don't head any of the committees until they take power. So,
yeah, and yeah, if that's all they're going to do, like, you've heard the new Attorney General of New York that her mission in life is to investigate everything Trump.
Yeah,
aren't you supposed to be investigating crimes that are known crimes? I mean, what's your job?
Yeah, and not just known crimes. How about taking care of the people of New York?
Right.
If you have a specific crime you think happened, then take care of that.
My new attorney general in the state of Minnesota is Keith Ellenson, and he even campaigned on that, investigating things Trump in Minnesota. And it's like, Trump doesn't have anything in Minnesota.
But it works, man. I mean, I was thinking about this earlier, and I know there's always been some hatred and some what's the word I was looking for? I just had it.
Derangement?
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, derangement's even good. With all presidents, you've always had a small group who were just hateful towards them.
Dedicated.
I mean, Obama had dedicated haters. Bush had dedicated haters. Clinton, dedicated haters. But I've never seen it like this. Never. To the point where it's just like, he needs to go away. For what? He needs to children at the border. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, we are killing kids at the border.
Oh God. Yeah. There was a second one who died. But nobody blames the parent. Nobody blames that parent for dragging that kid all the way across Mexico because he's from, I think this one was Guatemalan. I can't remember. But yeah, it's those horrible.
Dragging a kid through the desert doesn't really affect your child. It's when you get to the border and a border agent
Oh,
says hello, and that's when it begins to affect your child.
it's no, it's even worse. It does affect your child, but it's still America's fault because we make them cross the desert. We actually read a fucking story where they made that argument. You make them cross the desert. No, we don't.
No.
We really don't. Oh God, I fucking hate people. I'm actually looking for a story. It's not a story. There's a stupid bitch who tweeted out something yesterday. I'm trying to find it. I'm sure I was tagged in it somewhere, but it was another one of these imagine a day without men thing.
Oh yeah. Someone.
Until I can find it, I'll give you guys the gist of it. She's like, imagine 24 hours without men. And then she goes, don't worry, men. In this hypothetical, no men were hurt. Like, shut up, bitch.
Did she realize how many jars won't get open that day?
How many jars won't get open? There's oh God. But she said, what would you do with a day without men?
I'd have all the ladies.
I assume there would be a lot of masturbation. If you get horny, I mean, there's no penis around. You're going to be touching yourself. Can you imagine a day without women? What would you do with 24 hours? No women existed. I would cry. I like women.
I really like women.
I mean, it would probably be quieter. I mean, to be honest, let's be honest, because it is known that women talk more than men. Sorry, ladies, I'm not making that's just science. So it would be a little bit quieter. Nobody would get upset when I say women's votes shouldn't count, because even the male feminists would be like, "There's no women around. I can finally agree."
There'd be no pay gap.
Here it is. Women, imagine that for 24 hours there were no men in the world. No men are being harmed in the creation of this hypothetical. They will all return. They are safe and happy wherever they are during this hypothetical time period. What would or could you do that day? Are men actually stopping women from anything? Like, is there a place where a woman's like, I want to do this, and there's a man going, sorry, you got that vagina. You got that vagina. Vomit says, I couldn't go 24 hours without seeing Star in chat. No shit. I love women. There's a lot of women in my life, and I wouldn't want them to go away, even hypothetically, for 24 hours. But this bitch thinks it's fine to suggest it. The best part about this post, though, is some of the fucking responses she got. This one woman, she says that she would wish her husband was there with her. Like, yeah, bitch. I know you think all women hate men, but most of them don't. You fucking, this bitch needs to get laid. She needs to be hate fucked. And I don't mean, now look, guys, consensually. She needs to be consensually hate fucked. Yeah, she needs grudge fucked.
God, where did I see that? Someone was talking about, sometimes women just like to get slapped around, and it was a woman who said that.
They do.
I haven't met one of those yet, but well, at least not from the front.
Look, now I don't want to tell stories out of school here, but I can confirm some women like to be slapped around a little bit. And it's not bad. I mean, it's what they like. I mean, I would never be like, that's something you have to either she has to bring up or you have to talk about beforehand, because you can't just be in the middle of it and just go smack that bitch without her permission, because you could get kicked in the balls that way.
That's some John Wayne movie shit, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Back when men were allowed to be men, we were allowed to be toxically masculine. This one woman says, the normal stuff I always do because I don't demonize or fear men. And was the original question anything about fear? Yes, it was about fear and how men are. Oh God, how many times have we? I can't even go outside because there's men out there. I mean, we've actually read stories like that where I can't go outside because men. Hey, fuck you. Oh God. Another great one. I'd be pretty sad. I'd miss my husband and my boys. It means I'd be taking care of my daughter's illness solo while I'm sick and need sleep. So I'd be getting up in the middle of the night instead of my husband doing so. No way your husband does nice shit for you. No,
Can't happen. Nope, nope, nope,
no.
nope. Ain't doing it. Nope, nope, nope.
Men are scum. I can't believe you can post shit like that and Twitter's like, that's fine. That's fine.
Is that from The Guardian? Is that no? That's 2009.
No,
When is this from?
this is from just when did she post this? This is the feminist next door, and she posted it on Christmas Eve.
Oh, right.
Because, all she wants for Christmas is no men in the world. Despite the fact you desperately need one. Slamming that ass. That's all I'm saying. Consensually, of course. So how are you spending your day off, bud? Besides hanging out here with me?
Well, actually, I was going to go buy a second monitor. You asked me about Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah.
I've been thinking about buying a video drone, kind of a higher end one, but I'd never flown a drone before. And I had mentioned that once to my wife, probably 3 months ago. So she bought me just kind of a cheap, I wouldn't say cheap, but a video drone, but a smaller one that like I said, I was thinking of buying a low end one just so I could learn how to fly them first. And so that was one of my Christmas gifts. So I was going to go do some test flight today. And then I got a couple of videos I'm going to start working on. I got, I don't know if you saw my Christmas card video, but
I saw you did. I still haven't watched it yet. I know Lady Monkey has, but me in videos. People tell me like you got to remind me.
No, that's okay. She'll have you see it. But it's the first video I think I've made that I've had I had 500 views on it like the first couple days.
Nice.
I was pretty surprised. Now a lot of it is that my wife spent part of Christmas Eve texting it to everyone on her phone list.
Oh, nice.
So that's part, but no. And so I had so much fun making it. I was like, I'll go make another video today.
Can I have a question about your drone. What kind of battery life does that get?
I have no idea because I haven't flown it yet.
It's not. There's not something in the box like it's. Are you one of those men who doesn't read instruction manuals?
No. I read the manual, but it's almost more of a toy drone than it is a. I mean, it has a camera on it, but the battery's so small that I can't imagine it's going to last more than 15 minutes. But it's also super lightweight, so you can't fly it in any windy conditions. So yeah, I don't know. I'll find out when I fly. I just charge the battery. It doesn't say even. I read through the instructions, at least the flying instructions, but I haven't really gotten into the tech part of it.
BG says P Dog Night, a peeping Tom confirmed.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no.
There's another story I do want to talk about. And it's not the story I want to talk about so much as the CNN. CNN, you fucking dill holes. This is the tweet they sent out, right? Can you see that? If you saw that, what would you imagine that story would be about?
A list of this year's most satisfying movies and TV programs. Well, you would think it'd be just a compilation of different movies, I guess, but it seems like most satisfying movies and TV programs for the brothers.
See, that's what I got from it. Like, okay, so this is going to be Negro-centric. Is that a word?
Sure, that's a great word. Negro-centric.
These three examples they show right there are literally the only black things in the list.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. I'm like, you dirty bitches.
And you know what? Are they getting dragged by black people on there?
I don't know. Let's see.
You got to see the.
There you go. Why is everyone black? What else we got here? Yeah, so far not really, but yeah, that was my first. I was like, why did you use all the black examples in your picture.
Really, give us something else. Give us something.
I mean, they are in the story, so I mean, it's not technically clickbait, but I'm saying that's a little bit clickbaity. Their examples, by the way, suck, or their list sucks. But yeah, I saw them like, why did you choose just all the black examples? Don't tell me that was an accident. Don't tell me you did that. Look, CNN, that is not pandering. That is condescending.
It is.
Shitbag.
It's annoying as hell. I'm telling you.
Oh, I saw that this morning. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing over there? It's like, please, black people like us. Look, we like black stuff. I fucking hate people. I see. I need Dax here. I know what this is. There it is. Yeah, I see a SDA. Hang on, sweetie.
Yeah, I saw her in the chat there.
This is what Dax does for me, and he's sleeping.
This is why I need a second screen too. I should probably open my other laptop. That's what I should do, because I'm trying to keep track of so many different things.
Clickbait for SJWs. No shit, right? I mean, I need to turn on my Wi-Fi.
I'm telling you, in the next, probably, when did that article come out?
That was today, man.
I'm telling you right now. You watch that tweet, watch the comments, and at some point, it's going to be full of black people mad that those are the only 3 examples that you had for black people. I guarantee it. It's going to happen. I should be a tweeter of what's going to go get people pissed off, because I'm pretty good at that.
I expect people to be pissed off at that one because it was stupid. Yeah. I mean, that was like I said, that's not even pandering; it's condescension.
Yeah,
you're dickheads for that. And that's not to say you can't have black examples there, and even if you had more black examples in your story, that would still be any more right. But you literally took the only black examples and put them in your picture. You fought, and you did it on purpose. You're assholes. Oh God!
It's not as if CNN is never condescending to black people at any other time.
Right.
Constantly.
Hi,
SDA. How are you, sweetie?
Going.
Oh, it's going. My pain meds have kicked in. I can move a little bit, so I'm happy.
Hi, SDA. This is the first time I've actually been on the same time as you.
Hi.
There's Lawyer Dog.
She has no idea. She thought it was Polly.
No, I knew. I heard him say your name.
Oh, okay.
So
hello, darling.
I was with it.
You were.
Hey, when'd you get that thing in your eye?
She's had that forever.
Oh, I could never see it. I guess. Okay, never mind.
He just saw your eye piercing.
Oh yeah, I've had my eyebrow pierced for a long time. Yeah. I've had my eyebrow pierced since I was 16. So I don't notice it anymore.
I'm at our hashtag now, but before I get there, you were streaming about the Sargon thing. What were your thoughts on that?
It's just the New York Times, like, first of all, when they talked about the thing that Peterson and Rubin want to start, they compared it to the Patreon thing.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, like, look, because they're like, these sites have been a failure, like Patreon, and it's like, oh yeah, nobody can see what you're doing there. How obvious. And they said that, like, Sargon's content is primarily, anti-feminist, and it's primarily anti-diversity right now. And it's like, no, it's not even that anymore. It's it's not anymore. It's mostly like news-based right now. So like you're not even researching it properly, which is like sin number 1 of journalism.
Well, that's what pissed me off about Tim Pool's tweet, where he said that there were some inaccuracies, but that's to be expected. This is the fucking New York Times. There shouldn't be inaccuracies.
This is like, if you're going to be a journalist, like at least back in the day or whatever, I mean, the place you wanted to be was the fucking New York Times, right? I mean, this is like the pinnacle of journalism, supposedly.
Yeah.
And they can't even they can't even look at the roster of his most recent videos. and see that they're mostly news-based. I mean, they can't even like, it's ridiculous. And they're also, they say that like he's part of the new right and he's part of the alt-right. It's like, no, he's not. He's just not. He's just not part of the alt-right. Like, none of these people are. And that's the other thing about Patreon, right? Is that they want to punish the alt-right, but by banning him, they're not. They're not punishing the alt-right. Not at all. Actually, they're doing what the alt-right wants, because the alt-right doesn't like Sargon. They don't like Peterson. They don't like Rubin. They don't like any of these people. You're not punishing the alt-right, first of all. But, even if you push the alt-right into the underbelly of the internet, what have you done? Made them martyrs. Good for you.
The problem here is they are getting their information from activists. They're getting it from
Yeah.
Sleeping Giants. They're getting from Jared Holt, who feeds stuff to the Southern Poverty Law Center and all these other places. So they're getting the slant from the extreme progressive left on all of these things. So to those people, yeah, Sargon's a right wing, and he's not. And it's that's the frustrating part. And right now, all the corporate media who's trying to dip their fingers into YouTube, and because they have all these contracts with YouTube now, are trying to get rid of some of the people who are are in a sense competition. And a lot of the competition right now are people who do any kind of political or social commentary. And it's not just the right wing, it's the anti-war left. It's it's anyone who spends a lot of time. So I think the Young Turks and the David Pakmans of the world are hanging on because they kind of mimic the corporate media. But at some point it's going to affect all these people.
Well, even like Dave Rubin can kind of hang on too, because he sort of mimics the corporate, media as well. But the other thing is that, the really cool thing about YouTube, and I guess what's almost going to be its downfall, sort of, maybe, and maybe not, because I think what's going to have to happen is that we're going to have this out, and then eventually, the new age of media, however it's going to evolve, is going to settle until something new pops up, and then we have to go through this again, because this happened with TV and radio, and it happened, with print and radio. Like, this just happens every time there's a new thing, and it eventually settles. But, the thing about YouTube is that, any idiot, including the three of us with a microphone, can sit down and spout off about the news, and we can have 160 something people watching us and giving a shit about what we have to say. No, we don't have to go beg somebody for airtime like you used to. Right. And and once you get into like where Sargon is, he can get 1 million views occasionally without begging for somebody to give him permission to have 1 million views. And some people get even more than that. So that's where we're at with media, and the mainstream media hates it because, especially on YouTube, they do not have a foothold on YouTube. Not really, except as far as money goes. But as far as the audience goes, they don't have a foothold. I mean, look at how people are reacting to PewDiePie's crown being threatened. They're keeping him on the top as long as they possibly can, because everybody wants, somebody who is self-made, or some, like I said, some idiot with a microphone on top, because at the end of the day, that's what most YouTubers are.
Well, and YouTube is trying to become profitable, and they think the route is through a lot of these corporate entities. Well, the problem is the people who watch YouTube don't watch TV, don't watch, other things. They watch YouTube for people like us three here who just, they're looking to see the corporate TV, and they're trying to put all these movies and stuff on YouTube. No, that's not what people watch YouTube for.
And a lot of the time when that kind of content is up here or popular, the downvotes are so bad.
Oh, it gets ridiculed.
So bad.
Yeah, because that's not what people want to see, and some of like the creators that I actually like who were on Rewind, like Jaden Animations, for example, like when her part of Rewind had like actual references to things that happened, and people loved her little part of Rewind because she did it in a stealthy way.
Her shit was funny.
Yeah, her shit was so funny.
She snuck PewDiePie in.
Yeah, exactly. And she snuck the Suicide Forest in there, and everybody loved it because it actually referenced YouTube in 2018. That's all people wanted. All people wanted to see in YouTube Rewind was YouTube. But what did they start with? Fucking Will Smith.
Well, Marquez Brownlee did a video about it too, about how he didn't really even like. He looks back at what it is and he's like, "Oh no, this is not YouTube. This is
Yeah.
not what it's about."
Okay, I'm over at our hashtag. We got to do something. We're getting so far behind on these because we didn't do anything yesterday.
I'm sorry, guys. I got to dip because we're going out, but I'm sorry I took over for like 10 minutes.
Oh, you're fine. Thanks for coming by, sweetie.
But thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on last night. And I hope you all had a really good day yesterday.
Oh, I had a very Merry Christmas. I hope yours was as well, sweetie.
Yeah, we did.
Merry Christmas, SDA.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Okay, you ready for this article?
Bring it on.
19 charged with prostitution in Daytona's Operation Blue Christmas. At least 19 people were arrested over the weekend on prostitution charges in a sting called Operation Blue Christmas, authorities said. Do you think that's Blue Balls Christmas? The Daytona Beach Police Department booked 14 women into the Volusia County Jail on Friday and booked 5 men on Saturday, court records show. Prostitution stings are common in Daytona Beach before holidays and special events. The prostitution... How did they get 14 women and 5 guys? Anyway, the prostitution arrests were part of the Operation Blue Christmas, which included narcotic sweeps, warrant sweeps, and juvenile curfew checks, among other enforcement. Sergeant Kelsey Harris, a spokesperson, I'm so sorry, for the Daytona Beach Police Department, said in an email that the operation yielded 24 felony arrests, 27 misdemeanor arrests, 34 citation, 2 guns, 1 altered firearm, and several dozen grams of various narcotics. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you want to see the whores and people caught up in this?
Yeah, let's see some whores.
Let's see some whores.
It's Christmas. These people well, maybe they have kids to feed, but you know what? Leave the people alone. It's Christmas.
Oh,
they need some money. Oh my God, look at that. What the hell?
She got the shit kicked out of her. You need a better pimp, honey.
I'm looking at the upper left there. What is
Oh, this one? Yeah.
That's
She's
a crack
actually
hole.
the main picture on the story. That's
interesting.
Teresa.
Oh,
Agner.
She'll suck your dick for a rock.
She was, yeah. That's a 61-year-old hoe. At 61, I feel like you should have been able to retire from the hoe business. I like this. Look at her. She's smiling like, hi, I'm a hoe.
Well, if she's been doing that for 60, well, she's 61. If she's been doing it for a long time, she might be pretty good.
She might be. Suck a dick like it's the best thing in the world. Where's Goot for his horse? I don't know where Goot is. He's probably working. I mean, it's the day after Christmas, but it's still a work day for most people.
It's midday too. See, this time of year I'm off midday.
Oh wait, it's All You Need's birthday. Happy birthday!
Oh,
happy birthday to you.
Okay, I've been waiting for this. You started without the 1 and a 2 and a 3.
On this one, I usually do.
Oh. Okay.
We're on the third verse or word.
Here's the version I've been waiting to sing because it's Christmas time.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, now I'm gonna finish mine. Happy birthday, all you need. Happy birthday to you. Don't forget to stop by later. We'll sing it on Lords of the Night. I liked your rendition. That was good.
That's the Grinch.
I know. I know where you were going with that.
Okay, cool. I've been waiting to do that for like 3 weeks now. I'm like, I gotta use that.
Oh, we still have dirty whores on the screen. Let's get them off. Man, that one girl got her ass beat, man.
Oh my gosh.
See, that's why we need to make prostitution legal, so she ain't got to get her ass beat.
Oh, and then they won't be on the screen too long.
Gerald, who was the oldest guy they caught, was 74 trying to get his dick sucked. Wow. Daytona's got some lonely people and some old whores.
I still say, why round them up before? Get them the
Leave
week
'em alone.
between. Get them before New Year's. That's when the whores are out really working. I mean, before Christmas they need the money.
I
They
feel
got
like, look,
that one lady has gifts to buy for her grandchildren. Come on.
no shit. Can we go see Grandma Ho today? It's
that
Grandma
was the
Trixie.
that was the that was the oldest grandson.
Yeah. Goddamn. Jesus. Look, I'm for legalization anyway, but why? Why in the hell are you fucking with whores at Chris? Leave the whores alone. Let the whores have a Merry Christmas.
You know what they? Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant the people going to whores.
Well, them too. There's a guy, and he actually has a YouTube channel, or at least he used to, and a blog I used to read where this dude would just go around and fuck with hookers and johns. He's not a cop. He's not like a detective who's helping a divorce lawyer or anything. It's just some dickhead who's like, I hate whores. I'm going to go ruin their lives.
What are they doing to you?
Exactly. They're not hurting you, man. Leave them the fuck alone.
I don't get it. Well, no, actually, I get it. So I don't go to whores.
Well, yeah, there you go. There's several arguments for different political things, and this is one of them, where the whole gay marriage thing should be coming into play. For instance, this is her body, her choice. This is consenting adults. Sorry, I mixed those up because the other one is for abortion. The abortion thing is her body, her choice. You have the gay marriage thing, which is two consenting adults. Why the fuck aren't whores allowed to sell their pussy? I don't get it. Polly, how are you, bud? Merry Christmas, one and all. Best of seasons to you. And a reminder, the 12 days of Christmas start December 25th, not end with it. Oh, there you go.
That's
guys.
right. That's why I'm still saying Merry Christmas.
We got 12 more days of this.
No,
although people will probably punch you if you tell them Merry Christmas in a week and a half.
Oh, whatever. I still do it. I do it up till just my wife. Here's the thing. My wife used to want to take down the Christmas decorations the day after Christmas. And I said, you realize Christmas lasts until January 6th. She's like, what? Yeah, 12 days of Christmas goes till December 6th. So that's when, because I grew up taking down the Christmas decorations on, January 6th. That's what I grew up doing. Right. And I never understood that. And then finally, like, when I was about 15, my mom's like, oh, because that's the last day of Christmas. Oh, okay. So
to me, Christmas is over the day after Christmas, which I hate, which I should probably start embracing the 12 days of Christmas thing, because I hate that it ends so abruptly. We have this huge build up, and then you have that nice day with your family, and then it's just done. Thank you, Randy. In best Chris Croker voice, leave the hoe res alone. They didn't hurt anyone. Oh, the whores, because it made you break that up. Leave the hoers alone. They didn't hurt anyone. I don't know who Chris Crocker is, so but yeah, leave the whores. There's no reason to fuck with whores.
Chris Crocker.
They need to make that shit legal and leave them alone to sell their pussy and regulate that shit so they're getting tested regularly.
Chris Crocker's the leave Britney alone guy. Remember back a few years ago?
Yeah.
He was crying, whatever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I didn't know who that was.
Adrian says the government can't tax pussy. That will be my guess. Well, they could if they made it legal.
The hell they can't tax it. They can tax everything. They tax the bitches on the bunny ranch.
Right. You would just be an independent contractor. They tax me. I'm an independent contractor. Aren't you supposed to fuck with whores? All right, all you need. You know what I meant. God damn it. Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you're gonna fuck with me. Even when I'm wrong. Let's see what else we got here. Time traveling Florida man crashes car into building. All right. Some of the stories they send us. A man who told police he wanted to, God damn it, I hate these these new ads that like take over your whole screen, and then you have
Oh,
to wait a second before you can
so
close them.
annoying. Yeah, that's the new pop-up, man.
I fucking hate it. They're gonna enforce me to put in a pop-up blocker. I don't do those, but I'm about to. A man who told police he wanted to time travel crashed his Dodge Challenger into a strip mall on North Davis Highway in Pensacola earlier this week. The vehicle sped through the traffic light at the intersection of North Davis Highway and West Fairfield Drive at approximately 10:50 a.m. and traveled through the front entrance of an advanced tax service. The car barreled through the center of the building, coming to a stop outside the double doors at the building's rear entrance. Jesus fuck.
Oh my.
The driver, who has not been identified, was uninjured but was taken into a local facility for evaluation. Charges have not yet been filed. Sergeant Martez Lawrence said that no one was inside the building at the time of the accident. Thank God. If he went all the way through the fucking building, thank God. They don't really tell us any more about it, but apparently he was trying to time travel. I guess hit 88 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, he's trying to go back to the future.
Um,
His flux capacitor did not work.
It did not. He must not have used the plutonium. What else we got down here? Baltimore gun buyback event yields a rocket launcher. What? Baltimore police say a rocket launcher was among more than the 1,000 firearms turned in during a recent gun buyback event. The rocket launcher was traded for $500, and police have reached out to the military and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives to trace its origin. Police spokesman Detective Jeremy Silbert says the unloaded rocket launcher was turned in Monday, December 17th. Who the fuck had a rocket launcher?
You know, those gun buyback things are so stupid anyway. Here's what I would probably do if I was doing that. Like for example, I'd just go find some old non-functioning guns at garage sales or something and just sell those back because they buy them for, I don't know what they buy them for, but people hand in their garbage.
Yeah.
They're not getting anything real. It's just stupid.
More than 1,000 guns were turned in, and they spent $163,000. So people are getting on average $163 on average. Some got much less. If this guy got 500 for his rocket launcher. Let's see, 509 handguns, 273 rifles, and 245 shotguns were turned in. That's a lot of guns.
It is, but I guarantee you they're all old crap rifles that people aren't using anymore.
That's right. After Trump leaves office, the Democrats will sell them to Mexican gangs.
President Eric Holder.
I got to fuck with somebody that I was arguing with earlier. I wasn't really arguing with him much, but where is that? Here it is. So Amy Siskind put out a tweet about how much fun she thinks it is that Trump was not with his family over Christmas. And I made a joke about it on Twitter, and somebody got upset with me. Said, well, Trump is the best at separating families. Nobody separates families like him. Okay. Him and Dax had a little back and forth, and then he says this, because Dax says, except Obama. Yeah, that was a thing. And this guy says, there's a difference. The only time that occurred under his presidency was if the children were not with their actual parents or were alone. The only time Obama separated kids from their parents was when they were alone.
There's a semantic problem here.
There's an English problem there.
And also don't forget the 70,000 kids whose parents were deported that are still separated from their parents. So let's just not.
But it was only when they were alone. It just goes to show you can find a rocket launcher in a residence in 7 Days to Die. You know what? I've actually found a few. On our last, we just ended our series. Hi, baby.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm gonna hit the store.
Okay. We grab some Miracle Whip. We're out of that too.
Yeah, you're really stinky.
What? It smells like pine.
Stinky.
It's the pine candle. It's beautiful.
Artificial.
Excuse me, monkey.
Yeah.
Hi, lady monkey.
P Dog says hi, lady monkey.
Hi, P Dog.
Lady dog. Okay. I'll text you if I think of anything else. I love you. Bye, sweetie. Drive safe. I forgot where we were.
I don't know.
Oh.
I just heard you say I need more Miracle Whip, and I'm thinking, what's he got going on later?
I actually ran out. My bologna sandwiches get Miracle Whip, and I used literally the last of. I was scraping that fucking jar to make my sandwiches last night. But yeah, we were talking about 7 Days to Die. We just finished our 28-day playthrough for the experimental version, and we're going to be starting again. And yeah, we had a lot of fun with that last one, and they gave me a lot of rocket launchers, which scares Satsu, and I'm not allowed to play with them. Stacey,
I've been watching. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What
I
were
was
you
just
gonna
saying, I've been wanting to start playing video games again, and I kind of living vicariously to you guys. It's kind of fun to hear you guys bamf through that. So thank you for doing that online. That's fun.
We have a lot of fun with that series. Well, all of our series, but real quick, Stacey said, how do you separate kids when they're alone? Yeah, that was my question. I was like, I don't understand
this. Circular saws work pretty good. Yeah, that's gross. I'm sorry. That was.
Oh, this is Wednesday, isn't it?
Yes, it is Wednesday.
Open server night, guys. So if you ever do start picking up games, man, we play 7 Days to Die on our open server on Wednesdays. You guys can join us on 2 cents plus after Lords of the Night.
Now, do you do that on your computer or a console?
I'm a computer guy. I have a console now. I'm gonna have to get a new one because I got everything to record me playing the console stuff so I can upload it to my channel.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is so loud, you just can't. I can't record it and get good audio from my side with it going. So what I'd have to go in and dub over it instead, and I just don't want to do that.
Do you have a controller for any certain games, or do you just use keyboard and mouse?
I have a controller that I use when I play GTA. Everything else is mouse and keyboard.
Okay. Yeah, I've always, even when I was a kid, it's always been on a console. And they started putting them on computers. I'm like, how do you play that game on that? But I might have to learn.
That's how I feel about a lot of console games. It's like, how do you do that with a controller?
Oh, true. Yeah, I suppose they're written a little bit differently too. So, but it's just So I might try it one of these days.
Randy, thank you for the donation. It says to separate kids who are alone, you give them foster parents, then separate the kids from them. ICE is evil, man. They are just evil.
That's bad.
Yeah. No, I mentioned this last night because one of my viewers was kind enough to give me their old Xbox and a copy of Red Dead Redemption because I so badly wanted to play that game. And Red Dead Redemption is amazing.
That's what I've heard.
But then for Christmas, I got several more games for the PS4. And this controller, man, I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. But I feel mildly retarded trying to play with it. Because like something will come on the screen and it'll say, press the square button. I'm like, I have to look down. I'm like, where's the fucking square? I know where all my letters are on my keyboard. So if it tells me to push something, I'm like, oh, okay, click. But yeah, and then you got bumpers and you got triggers and you got option buttons and I don't know what this fucking button over here does. I think it's just there to even this out. So they both have them. I suppose the more I play, the better I'll get at it. But like right now, it's like, I feel dumb.
Yeah, I never got good with the triggers and stuff. And like I would play like basketball games with my son and he would just wipe me out because he knew all the trigger controls and stuff. And I'm still like, oh, how do you...
Yes. Snub wants to know if you have a Steam in 7 days.
Me?
Do you have a Steam account in 7 Days to Die?
No, I don't have a Steam account.
Look,
that's where I'm about to go. That's the route I'm about to take after watching you guys.
I'm gonna warn you. Steam is evil.
Evil as in addicting evil, or just
yes.
evil?
Like right now, all I want to do is go look at what's on the Steam sale, and I've already looked at it like 50 times because they're having an amazing sale right now, guys. If you like video games, definitely check that out. If you play computer games, because their winter sale is so much better than the summer sale was this year. They got so many great games on there, and I don't get paid by them. I wish I did. Hey, look, Steam, if you're out there, you can pay me for promoting you just in games. I just want more games.
Yeah, my new laptops is a gaming laptop, so to speak. I just bought it because of the speed of rendering videos. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go because my old laptop wouldn't handle anything. But my new one is, yeah, I might break down and jump into that arena.
This is Kyle says, do you mean the square button or the space bar in the middle of the controller? No, I mean the actual square button. Or the triangle, tell me hit triangle. Like, what the fuck is triangle? Several people are pointing out, yes, 7 Days to Die is on sale right now. It is $8.99, guys. It is such an amazing game. The new Alpha 17. I know there's a lot of people who like 16 better. And if you do like 16, you can still go back and play it. All you got to do is go to your beta settings for your game and go back to the last alpha. But 17 is so much fun. We've been having a blast with it. It's awesome. Hi Andrew, nice to see you here. Yeah, Stargazer's $8.99 USD. So yeah, if you're over there in the is it right to call it motherland? I'm Irish, so yeah. Oh, if you're over in the motherland, over in the United Kingdom, it's going to be a little bit more for you. No, a little bit less. I forget how it's going to be different. Damn it. Let's see. What else do we have? But controllers are amazing. Look, I like them. I mean, if you go back to like the Genesis when it had 6 buttons on it, compared to that, this is amazing. But it's got so much stuff on it, and like I said, they tell you to hit a button. I'm like, I don't know where that is.
You'll eventually figure it'll eventually come naturally if you do it enough. It took me a long time. You know, my son's just I'm like, wait, which one? But you figure it out.
Yeah, I expect I will. But it's gonna take me a while. But playing Spider-Man is making me learn it. And this is a great game, guys. You know what I have a problem with on this game?
What's that?
I stopped reading Spider-Man back in the 90s when they did the Clone Saga because it was so goddamn stupid. This game, everything about it is from after that. It's all the retcon bullshit new Spider-Man crap. Like Aunt May, who's not as fragile as she used to be. She actually has a job. And I'm having trouble. It's all new. So I'm like, none of this is right. But I still get to swing around the city as Spider-Man and beat people's asses, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Aunt May's supposed to be an old, like your great aunt, not not hot aunt has a job.
Well, she's not hot aunt like
but even not even in your 50s aunt. She's like your 80s, 80-year-old great aunt who just, was too old to take care of you when you grew up, but she did anyway because she was a heart of gold or something.
When they introduced Marissa Tomei as Aunt May in the Spider-Man series, I'm like, no, that's just wrong.
So I stopped before that.
I don't get me wrong. I like Marissa Tomei. Her in My Cousin Vinny.
She's a fine individual.
Those stretch pants. Oh my God. But she's still way too young to be playing Aunt May. Yeah. At least this one's a little bit older, but she's still young enough to like have to be out working and shit. White House 3. What? Soledad O'Brien, of course. The White House released their Christmas portrait of Trump and First Lady, and Soledad O'Brien. They forgot to include their kid, so somebody went back and got all of the pictures of presidents, and not one of them has their kid in the fucking picture.
Yeah,
because
there's so many open mouth insert foot moments over the last year.
well, they're dumb as fuck. They don't even try.
You know,
This gets back to the fucking Tim Pool.
Trump did
It's
this.
to be expected.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe he meant, because it's not to be expected as far as that should be normal. I think it's more that's to be expected because they're so fucking stupid lately that you're gonna find Trump derangement in every article that has reference to Trump. That's going to be wrong, and that's way it's kind of been that way. It's nuts. I don't get it.
But
Not as in you should expect. It's to be expected because it's happening so often, not because it's right. Maybe I'm hoping that's what he meant, because because you shouldn't have to do a correction on every article you write.
no, you shouldn't.
And if it's something that's wrong, you should be going back and doing a correction. And part of the problem now is because they can put the article online and they can correct it online without telling anybody. People have to watch them really close on that stuff too.
For me, the problem is that this picture's this one out there, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of rabid anti-Trumpers who are like, look, he doesn't even include his kids. He's such a bastard. And it's just adding to the problem. It's adding to this whole thing that we talked about earlier about. I mean, how much hate there is for this man, who, by the way, nobody hated before he ran for president.
Everyone wanted to take a picture of them before then.
Angela says, I agree. Marissa Tomei's Aunt May broke my brain. She's not supposed to be a substitute MILF material. Yeah, she's not. Look, if Marissa Tomei came to me and wanted to get naked in front of me, I'd be like, hell yeah, sweetie. But if she told me to call her Aunt May at the time, I'd be like, you're going to put them clothes back on. Because that's wrong. Randy, what petition are we talking about? Oh, yeah. He says, I keep getting ads on YouTube asking people to sign a petition to impeach Trump. Yeah. I get those too. I don't do any of those petition things. I also get I get a lot of that shit because of how many people I follow in different circles. Because I really do, guys. I follow a lot of liberals. You'd be surprised if you actually went through my list. I mean, like some diehard liberals. I'm not talking Sophane liberal. I'm talking even left of him. Aunt May was a gilf in some of the comics. Snub, I stopped reading in the 90s, the early 90s, when the Clone Saga happened. And at that time, she was still breaking her hip, everything. There's actually a series of Marvel cards they came out with from back then. And Aunt May has one. And on the back, it lists how many like serious illnesses she's had. It was great.
Listen to this. I was trying to find the White House picture you were talking about, and I just happened to pull up one from Vogue, the Vogue magazine. Listen to this first paragraph. Melania Trump just posted this year's White House Christmas portrait, and the optics of the annual holiday photo have a certain surreal quality. The photo, which was reportedly snapped before the first couple headed to the congressional ball last Saturday, shows FLOTUS and POTUS looking almost like cardboard cutout versions of themselves. And they are very, very smiley, despite this season of indictments and the dissolution of their fragrantly fraudulent charity organization. They're also holding hands, a move famously out of character for them. We asked resident Vogue art experts to weigh in on what could be happening in the festive portrait and why it feels strangely off. Here's and the title of the article is, What's Up with This Year's Surreal White House Christmas Portrait?
Can you link that to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's some fucketry for tonight.
Oh, it's
how dare they hold hands? How dare you, sir?
It's a photo of them in front of the Christmas trees at the White House. It's you see every president do. You see the same photo every year, but theirs is weird because they shouldn't be smiling because of because they're being hounded by indictments and their charity and blah 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 blah. How could they be smiling when there's dead children on the border? How can they be smiling when
God.
Russia meddled in the 2016 election? How could they be smiling when you're chumming up to Kim Jong-il and Putin? Because people smile in holiday pictures, you dumbass.
Hang on.
I DM'd it too. It's crazy. God,
I'm tweeting to Amy Siskin. Give me just a second. She's retweeting that they're going to have, the Democrats are going to have hearings on the 7 and 8-year-old who died from Guatemala while they were in federal custody. I'm like, well, if they're gonna have those hearings, they should subpoena the parents who brought them here fucking illegally. Because that's the reason they're dead, for fuck's sake.
You know what?
People.
Yeah, the Border Patrol tried to save their asses.
Yeah,
I feel bad for those kids, but it's not our country's fault. It's their parents' fault.
It is, exactly.
I mean, you're taking them into treachery.
You're committing an illegal act. You're dragging them all the way across Mexico, and not in a way that's you're not driving there. You're getting there any way you can. Fuck off. Look, I'm not happy there's dead kids. Man, the people who hate the wall, they are really happy there's dead kids they can talk about.
I hope when they hold these hearings, I can't wait to hear what the Border Patrol agents say if they're dumb enough to pull some Border Patrol agents up there. It's not like nobody invited them to come across Denver. There's no it's because there's no other way for them to do it. Oh wait, you're seeking what, asylum or entry in the country? There's certainly other ways to do it. There's embassies along the way. There's the Mexico government that offers you asylum.
There's embassies in fucking Guatemala.
Right. There's all kinds of places you can do it without, dragging your kid across the desert with no water.
Okay, we're going to end on this one today.
Yeah.
This is the most disappointing movies and TV of 2018, according to CNN. There's a lot of bad movies and TV every year, and with so much being produced, 2018 was no exception. But only a few of the bigger misfires come with the sort of concept, cast, and creative pedigree that would raise expectations only to dash them. This formula spares a movie like, say, 50 Shades Freed from inclusion, because honestly, the shock would have been if it wasn't bad. I'll agree with them on that.
Yes, the soft bigotry of high expectations.
Yes, indeed. And yes, Nuts there saying, hit that like button. Hit the like button, guys. It helps my ego. Let's see. The first movie that they name is The Cloverfield Paradox. I didn't watch that shit. I wasn't interested in it, but apparently it was bad.
I watched one of those. I don't know which one it was. We watched it on Netflix or something, and actually it was pretty interesting. The one where John Goodman had the girl made it into John Goodman's shelter. He helped her get in there, whatever. I thought that was pretty good, but I don't think you could. I don't think you can add much to it, so to speak. There's a lot of movies they try to add to it that they probably shouldn't have.
The next one, and to me this is no surprise, I haven't seen it yet, but The Happy Time Murders. Says Melissa McCarthy and a lot of foul-mouthed puppets from director Brian Henson, the son of Muppets mastermind Jim Henson, looked a whole lot better on paper, or maybe felt, than the movie did on screen, yielding an ostentatious comedy flop on most every level. It is a bad remake of Who Framed Roger Rabbit with puppets who swear. Look, those puppets are having sex. Ha ha. I've been told Melissa McCarthy can be funny. I've never seen it. The closest she gets is when she talks about, women problems anyway.
She was a great character on Mike and Molly. Is that isn't that where she's from? No, she's not even that. She's not even that girl. She was on Saturday. Where'd she come from? Where'd she?
I don't know. She
made
just
her
started
famous?
appearing in movies, is where I know her from. Because what was she in? Bridesmaids? Is that the one that made her?
Bridesmaids. That was. I mean, if you like that kind of movie, it was pretty good.
Any actor can be funny if they have a very good director. I've never seen that woman be funny, and even if she was, that Pirate Pete says Mike and Molly is correct. So there you go. That movie never seemed interesting to me. It's just it seemed third grade humor for the 1980s, which might have worked, but we've come so far from there, and so many barriers have been broke, and our tolerance has changed so much. It's like, you got puppets swearing, ha ha. Wait, fuck off. Next up, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, Venom, and Predator. These were all listed together. Yeah. Big dumb blockbusters are sometimes unfairly maligned, but even in that context, they're rarely bigger or dumber than these three, consisting of a pair of high-profile sequels and an extension of the Spider-Man universe that largely squandered proven concepts and talent. Well, you can't make a Venom movie without Spider-Man. Sorry, you can't do it. I don't care how good the movie was. Venom comes from Spider-Man, for fuck's sake. He literally comes from Spider-Man.
Yeah, it does. There's the doesn't make the interest of Venom is his interaction with Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what makes. I mean, they in the comics they were able to like make him his own character and everything. But still, the origin has always been he gets Spidey's old suit. That's how it happens. Next is Life Itself, which I've never even heard of.
Nope.
The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Disney took 2 stabs at establishing big youth-oriented fantasy adventures around teenage girls. That's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
And finally, Vox Lux, I think is how you say that. Oh, that's that Natalie Portman one where she's a rock star, yeah. Natalie Portman's toxic rock star was supposed to be grating, but so was the movie. Yeah. While some critics were wowed by its style, it was hard to get past the pretentious excess. Yeah. Moving on to television, Camping from the producers of Girls. Apparently that was a bad thing. Heathers, yeah. Why did you fuck with Heathers? Are you familiar with the original?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. And I didn't even know that they had made a TV show adaptation.
Yeah. And they changed pretty much everything about it.
Yeah, but probably not try to make it more politically correct, I'm guessing.
Paramount Network's adaptation of the 30-year-old dark comedy yielded a nasty series that was utterly tone deaf, turning kids from historically bullied groups into the bullies. Yeah, you missed the point of Heathers, and fuck you for trying to rape my childhood. Here's another one where they have several together. Night Flyers, Altered Carbon, Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. All right. All 3 of these sci-fi series came with an intriguing literary pedigrees based in order on a novella by Game of Thrones scribe George R.R. Martin, Richard K. Morgan's novel, and the prolific Dick's short stories. Alas, all fell well short of the execution, yielding dark but muddled drama.
Never heard of it.
How about getting... There's no... I don't know if you've noticed this. Almost this whole list, there's nothing original.
No, there's not.
It's all either books or movies that have God. The next one the next one is the Romanovs, which I never heard of. And then finally, the X-Files. The previous season ended on an awkward cliffhanger, but the latest engagement went downhill from there, providing a signal that the key truth out there is that this once great franchise is well past its expiration date.
Well, the way they ended the original series didn't really lend itself to going much farther. I don't know.
And again, no originality. I mean,
Right.
most of this is fucking remakes, or even the Happy Time Murders. That's not a direct remake, but if you look at it, you can either compare it to Team America or much more
Yeah.
closely, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Look, humans are interacting with things that aren't really alive.
I think Venom maybe trying to do it, not necessarily coming out kind of as a sequel type thing. Someone in the chat said that Venom is pretty good. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet, and I almost bought it. I almost bought it, and I don't know if I want to do that to myself. I'm having enough trouble playing the Spider-Man game. For them to take the Venom origin and just change it straight to Eddie Brock getting the suit instead of Spider-Man having anything to do with it. That alone is enough to make me go, I don't want to see this. I don't want to know what they did to this character. Is Monkey Spider-Man's funny uncle? Huh? No, his uncle died.
Tragically.
Yes. Several times on screen if you want to see it. I mean, he dies almost as much as Bruce Wayne's parents. Poor bastard. Adabisi says I give it a 5 out of 10. See, as I was watching like the trailers and stuff, I couldn't get the original Punisher, the Dolph Lundgren version, out of my head.
I still haven't seen that one.
It was so bad.
I've seen the one that had that goofy fat comedian in it, and I actually kind of enjoyed that one.
Goofy fat comedian.
He was the one. I can't remember. I don't know the cast of that one at all, but it's the one that I don't know. They played it kind of. Didn't Lundgren's kind of played super actiony? I haven't seen it, but no, I saw the one. I've only seen the one Punisher movie that I've seen, which I can't figure out which one it is. The one that wasn't Dolph Lundgren.
Did it have a scene in it where a guy gets all? Well, let me see. I'm trying to think of it without, because there's the Thomas Jane one, which was fucking awesome. It had John Travolta.
Yeah, that one. That's the one I've seen.
That's the good one.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that.
They still took liberties and changed some stuff, but that's fine. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Then they did Punisher. Was it War Journal? That one I hated. But yeah. Anyhow, guys, we are going to wrap it up after our movie discussion here because I need to eat. My belly's growling, and I don't have any mayo, so I'm going to have to figure out what the fuck I'm going to eat. I'm going to have ramen, I think, today.
Wait, now you said mayo. You said Miracle Whip before. Now you said mayo.
I call it mayo.
Okay, because it's not mayo. And
it's my mayo.
I went from
it's
being
monkey
a
mayo.
Miracle Whip. Hey, baby.
Want some monkey mayo?
Yeah, no. I used to be a Miracle Whip guy, but then starting about my mid-20s, I switched to mayonnaise, and I haven't gone back.
Oh, this is Kyle says, thanks again, Monkey, for telling us about that Dirty Laundry Punisher video on YouTube. It's awesome as hell. Dirty Laundry is fucking amazing. It's kind of a sequel-ish thing to the original, to the Thomas Jane Punisher. It's Thomas Jane playing the Punisher without ever saying he's the Punisher. It was just a little movie they made for fans, and it was so good. So good. If you guys haven't seen Dirty Laundry, check it out if you're a fan of Punisher. Even if you're not, it's a fucking great little short there. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. So chat, thank you so much for the donations and for coming to hang out with us. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys being here, for liking and sharing and for helping to spread the word of the monkey. You guys are amazing. P-Dog, anything you want to shill?
Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot. Well, if you haven't seen my Christmas video yet, you can check that on out in my second channel. I'll put a link in the description here or in the chat. And yeah, just you know, I'm gonna get that channel up to 100 people, and then I'll do a live stream on that one. So we'll get there.
Lindsay says she nearly got into a fight with Dax on Miracle Whip versus Mayo. Remind me, and me and him can we'll talk about that next. Like I said, he's sleeping. Hopefully, he'll be back with us tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be doing this actually in the morning tomorrow. Tonight, you can find me on Lords of the Night on this very channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And after that, we will be over on 2 Cents Plus playing 7 Days to Die. That's an open server. If you guys have the game on computer, you can come in and join us. We have 20 slots. We're getting kind of full. So if you do want to play, get there early. If we get too big and we need more spots, we can always do that too. But if you have the game on PC, come hang out with us. It's always a good time. You can also just come and watch, which is also a good time. And with that, guys, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. And I love you. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.